Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Wade T. Lightheart, and I'm joined today with my Newtopia buddies, Matt Gallant and Mr. Newts, Mark Effinger, and we are delighted to share with you today a very special breakthrough formula that we have been using and perfecting with our insider group, and this will help you maximize your brain power, create healthier nails, skin and hair, and a stronger immune system. And who doesn't need a stronger immune system at these times? In this webinar, you are going to discover 5 breakthrough health boosting ingredients. And these are designed to help you improve your neurogenesis, your focus, your memory, and thinking speeds. Imagine if you have an extra microsecond between each word that you say, each thought that you think, each feeling that you're responding or reacting to. The bottom line is this is the fastest way to eliminate the real root cause of brain fog, slow thinking, forgetfulness, and weak mental performance that so many of us have suffered through. It will also help you provide youthful skin, silky hair, and yes, sexier nails. Of course, like all of our products, we aim to boost your health and wellness from the inside out by strengthening your immune system. And the added benefit, and one of the focuses of the whole Newtopia family of products, is sharing with you how to rewire your brain for maximum concentration, clear thinking, effortless focus, and a steel trap memory in less than 30 days. That's a lot of promises, but there's some definite results and advocacy out there. So if you look at Bioptimizers and Newtopia, which is a company which was the genesis or neurogenesis of our goal to improve the lives of millions of people around the world, and of course, cognitive decline and cognitive challenges, as well as the desire to improve one's cognitive capabilities in an increasingly complex and demanding world, is what all high performers are using. And we have brought on board an advocacy of the who's who of the health and wellness and biohacking industry. And of course, Matt and I have been at this for many decades. And of course, we started our company way back in 2004, helping people optimize their digestion. And then we were always trying to crack through this Newtopia kind of concept. How do we improve brain function, cognitive enhancement? How do we literally, become limitless? And of course, we did many experiences around that until Mr. Newts came in. We'll talk about that in a minute. Of course, we've served over 150,000 clients worldwide, all countries from here, and the who's who of the biohacking industry. We're well known in that industry. And those people have access to everything. They want things that work. They want things that are backed by science, and they want things that they can feel. And you will feel this product. Everything we create has a simple philosophy. It's either first in class or the best in class. And most times it's both. When given the choice of 2 objects, why not choose both?
Yeah, and I think tonight, what we're going to present is absolutely both. Thanks, Wade. Here's a shocking fact. I know I was shocked when I read it, and that's we're only 100 milliseconds away from dementia. That means if your brain slows down 100 milliseconds, your capability to understand reality will be compromised. And I saw that with my grandmother. So there's a great book called The Edge Effect. I strongly recommend that you read that book. That book was a foundational book for me to understand neurochemistry, as well as how the brain works. And that's a quote from that book. He says, humans think in 300 milliseconds. By the time our thinking is slowed to 400 milliseconds, we can no longer process logical thoughts. And here's another shocking fact is people's brains slow down with age. That's why some people, reach dementia as they get older. And the good news is there are things you can do to fight that and slow that. So here's one more stat. A massive number of Americans are losing 7 to 10 milliseconds per brain speed per decade, beginning at age 40. And of course, some people, it's more. Just a quick background on me. So I've been a serial entrepreneur since I'm 16. And my successes and struggles have been directly correlated to my brain function or lack of brain function. And when I was 28, I fell into a deep state of alcoholism and drug addiction for 5 years. I destroyed most of the businesses I'd built at that time. I had 4 different companies. My income dropped significantly. And when I was 32, I got sober by the grace of God. I've been sober now for 13 years. But the problem was my brain was damaged. I pushed it to a pretty dark place. I was struggling to remember where my keys were. I was forgetting people's names. My short-term memory was really damaged. And to be honest, I was really scared because I'd witnessed my grandmother's brain decline, and she spent the last few years of her life with dementia. So the question is, how can you repair and rewire your brain? I started reading about nootropics and brain-enhancing supplements. And there was a lot of convincing data on an interesting looking mushroom called lion's mane. It's a very cool mushroom that actually looks like a lion's mane. Here's a picture of it. And I started using lion's mane. Within 30 days, it was shocking how much my brain had improved. My memory made tremendous progress. And that really started my journey with brain enhancing supplements. Now, the key molecule or the key effect of lion's mane is that it increases something called BDNF. And I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Newts so he can educate you on the power of BDNF. Mark.
Boom. BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So this is really cool. It's a protein that strengthens your existing brain cells, but in addition, it creates new ones. And it keeps your brain resilient and protects your neurons from stressful situations, which we all are living through right now. So here's the read. So high levels of BDNF can be thought of as a natural miracle grow for your brain. It's the molecule of transformation. It regulates the structure, function, and development of neurons and synapses in your brain. BDNF significantly increases neurogenesis, that creation of new brain cells. Okay, so what is neurogenesis? It's your ability to grow new neurons. Neurogenesis increases your brain's ability to grow and form new connections, and is vital for creating new habits, learning faster, and succeeding in life. BDNF increases your neurogenesis, making it critical for your long-term memory. However, there's one slight problem. BDNF declines with age. As you get older, your BDNF levels begin falling fast. This can start as early as your 20s and is in full effect by your 30s and 40s. This is a big part of what causes brain aging and decline. It's one of the reasons why we never see chess champions, with rare exception, past their 30s. I saw an improvement in 30 days using lion's mane because lion's mane is a critical component to keep BDNF levels from falling. Lion's mane is one of the most powerful BDNF stimulators ever discovered, ever, of anything. Lion's mane increases BDNF in the hippocampus and hypothalamus. And the beauty of lion's mane is that it compounds over time, meaning it positively upgrades the DNA in your brain. Step 1, lion's mane lights up the important brain receptors. Step 2, then the BDNF becomes activated. Step 3, your BDNF regains its full potency. And step 4 helps with alpha brainwave production. So I worked really hard to make lion's mane stronger. Concentrating the power of lion's mane. This was a real trick. We pioneered the extraction and formulation methods that changed the entire nootropics industry. And we wanted to find a way to concentrate lion's mane to make it significantly stronger. First, I got to the extraction of lion's mane to 10 to 1, then 20 to 1, then an absolutely mind-blowing, and no pun intended, 50 to 1. That means it had 50 times more nutrient concentration than normal lion's mane. That also means up to 50 times more potentiation in activating BDNF. But of course, as anything with Bioptimizers, we didn't stop there. We added 4 more ingredients to make it the most powerful neurogenesis formula possible. I concentrated the power of 3 more important mushrooms, more than on that in a moment. We got the extraction from those to an insane 100 to 1 for each of these 3 mushrooms. We added 1 more special ingredient. The formula was ready for guinea pigs, so I approached Matt. And then I handed
So we were at Dave Asprey's event and Mark said, try this, which is always an exciting moment. When Mark shows up with a mystery potion or a mystery pill, it's a good day. And anyways, he hands me a tub. He says, try this. I mixed it up. And within 30 minutes, I felt the BDNF in my brain, and experientially, I would describe it as pleasant sparkles in your brain. It's a really cool feeling. And I could feel the BDNF and the blood flow go up in my brain dramatically. And again, it's the combination of the lion's mane and 3 other hyper concentrated mushrooms, plus 1 more special ingredient. So we're really excited to introduce. Mark, go ahead.
You ready? Collagenius. All right. So, and this one, of course, is our Collagenius. It's our collagen mushroom blend. So here's really cool. It's delicious. It's brain boosting chocolate drink with at least 1.2 pounds of raw mushrooms in every dose. So I want you to think about that, 1.2 pounds of mushrooms. It's a triple collagen blend, type 1, type 3, type 5, right? 50 to 1 lion's mane, 100 to 1 reishi, 100 to 1 cordyceps, and 100 to 1 chaga. Now, powerful mushroom number 1 is reishi extract. It's known as the king of mushrooms. It's very useful when mental and emotional problems arise during stress. Reishi is among the most well-researched mushrooms in science, with studies proving it can boost and support a stressed out immune system, dramatically improve fatigue, and raise energy and help you feel happier with your life. Powerful mushroom number 2, cordyceps extract. Again, 100 to 1. It's a brain booster used to safely and effectively stimulate both energy levels and libido. It improves the efficacy of oxygen utilization and enhances blood flow. Cordyceps increases oxygen utilization, especially during exercise. This is proven. Enhances memory and sexual function, turning back the clock, and it reduces fatigue associated with elevated stress levels. So it's an adaptogenic qualities. Powerful mushroom number 3 is chaga extract. Again, 100 to 1. It reduces inflammation and increases antibacterial and antiviral properties through its ability to increase white blood cells. It aids in memory loss while boosting other cognitive functions, and even stimulates more rapid learning and higher brain function. Something really interesting happens when you concentrate the mushrooms, and this was very much a surprise. It starts to have chocolatey notes. We added some of the finest cacao in the world from Peru and the Dominican Republic to create one of the tastiest chocolate drinks ever. And we knew we could take this formula 1 step further. One final nutrient for maximum brain regeneration, the triple collagen blend. Collagen has been shown in research to have amazing benefits for healthy skin, hair, and gut. One of the best ways to support deeper rebuilding of your brain cells and neurons. It can directly help brain structure and cognitive function, and it plays a direct role in human brain repair. And it's the combination of mushroom plus collagen means you only have to take 1 formula instead of 5 or more different supplements. Plus, we've increased the potency of these powerful mushrooms by 50 to 100 times. So if we compare Collagenius to other mushroom products, and by the way, we're highly respectful of other mushroom products. Thank you so much for opening the door and making this available to us, teaching us. With Collagenius, you only need 4 tablespoons of the formula per dose in an 8-ounce glass of water. Other mushroom products, you need to take each of the 4 mushrooms in separate formulas. In Collagenius, 1.2 pounds of mushroom per drink minimum, and only 500 to 1,500 milligrams of mushroom per drink in competitive formulas. And in collagen and mushrooms in 1 drink, only mushrooms or only collagen, not both in most other drinks. So let's take a look at the popular 4-sigmatic mushroom blend, for example. Collagenius from Utopia has lion's mane, chaga, cordyceps, reishi, and collagen. Think whole bean coffee from 4-sigmatic is lion's mane and chaga. Chill decaf coffee from 4-sigmatic is chaga and reishi. Instant mushroom coffee from 4-sigmatic is lion's mane, and mushroom cacao from 4-sigmatic is reishi. And I challenge anyone out there who has ever tasted these to compare it to Collagenius.
There is no comparison. All right, Wade, bring it home.
Pretty exciting. So you're thinking, well, how do I get and take advantage of the positive effects from this potent mushroom formula? The bottom line is, I think it's the closest thing to magical you can get. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a better, healthier brain from the lion's mane in less than 30 days. You're going to have more energy and stamina from the cordyceps. Plus, you feel calmer and more grounded. And that comes from the reishi mushrooms. And you're going to boost your immune system with the chaga that's included, plus all of the benefits to your skin, your hair, as well as your gut from collagen, as it's one of the most popular supplements out there. And we've combined the two aspects of both powerful, potent mushrooms with collagen in one uniquely tasting all-in-one formula, which we call Collagenius. Now, Collagenius today, we got a special offer for you. So if you buy now, within the first 10 days, you're going to get an extra 10% off. So one jar, one time, it's regular 75, you get it for 67. Get a subscription, save 22%. I say go for this subscription right off the bat, because literally we've tested this with dozens and dozens of people. Every single one of them has gone to subscription inside our group. They're like, send us more, send us more, send us more. We can't get enough. And I start handing it out at my house. And this is one thing why some people are going to load up and go with the 3 jars, because my friends and family started getting into my stash, and that sucked. So I had to start bugging Mr. Newts to get us more. So you might want to load up for 3 jars at the first time. $60 a jar, going to save a lot of money. And of course, if you go to a subscription, you're going to get this for 47. I've literally, since its inception, have drank it every single day without exception. I love it. And of course, for those family-friendly kind of programs where you get all the family members that are on the Health and Happy program, or maybe it's at your work, you want to have something for your coworkers to be the most popular person at the lunch table, go for the 5 jars. $55 a jar, you get a subscription, $43. Maybe you and your coworkers can all go in on it. It's a great deal. You're probably not going to see this deal ever again. It's really, really good. And the best part, like everything else, it comes with our 365-day, 100% money back guarantee. If you're not blown away, if it's not the best mushroom collagen product you ever had, then we'll happily refund your money. And guess what? We're pretty confident we won't have to, because you're going to love it. Go to Newtopia.com/Collagenius. Grab your bottles right now. We expect to sell out relatively quickly. We have a lot of people who have tested it. They want to promote it, but you get the first dibs since you're on this webinar. So save big today, experience the benefits. Boost alpha brain wave activity. And this helps you unlock your creative powers. I feel it gives you a nice kind of heart-based connection. You can dramatically improve your memory consolidation and working memory. I myself have suffered from memory issues. I started with lion's mane after hearing Matt's story, and then I've continued on by upgrading the whole experience with Collagenius, and my recollection powers, I would say, are back to where I was in my early 20s. So strengthen your brain against occasional anxiety. A lot of anxiety out there. Mushrooms can really help. We work symbiotically with mushrooms. Our bodies work really well with them. And you can optimize your work capacity under stressful conditions. That's what most of these mushrooms have been used for in Chinese medicine. Adaptogenic, helps you manage stress. And of course, who doesn't need more BDNF? We live in a very complex world, and this will give you stronger, faster cognitive processing abilities. So it seems like you have more capability to process out those tough challenges that we all face. So skyrocket your mental and physical energy with 0 crash and 0 jitters. That's it. No sketching out, as they say. And it'll even help you feel more relaxed, at rest, and calmer when facing stressful situations. So that's great. And of course, a lot of people are concerned about skin, hairs, and nail. That's why collagen is such a widely distributed product. You're going to love this because your nails, your hair, your skin will show the benefits. So all you need to do is go to Newtopia.com/Collagenius, pick the size, the package, the order, and the subscription that's right for you. You're going to love it. And I'm excited for you to try it. I've tried so many of these different products in my career, and we've tested literally, I don't know how many different versions to get to this. Tastes great, feels great, works great. And a lot of people, like Anthony has said, I've tried countless nootropics, from natural ones to pharmaceuticals, but nothing has been as effective as Collagenius. It gives me laser focus, enhanced creativity, and even more calm. I'm someone who gets brain scans, and Collagenius has further enhanced my alpha and gamma wave activity, both huge for cognition It's also an insane value. Can't recommend it enough.
And here's my quick testimonial. It's been my favorite product since Mark introduced it to me at the end of last year. And it's been my go-to. I start every day with it. And as a quick side note, I mix it with coffee. I love the flavor. It's a great combination. So it's very synergistic. And again, just go to newtopia.com/Collagenius. Go ahead, Wade, guarantee.
Here you go. You know, one of the things that we learned from our mentor, Dr. O'Brien, years ago, and that is, you know, excellence never goes out of style, but there's nothing more expensive than a product that doesn't work. And Matt and I built our company on mission, not margin. And we thin out the margins so that we can make the best products, and we hope that you'll continue to reorder them. And so our guarantee says, number one, we're never going to stop evolving the products. We're always testing. We're always looking to improve and make things better. We keep researching and we keep upgrading our formulas. In fact, we're one of the few supplement companies that has $1 million lab with multiple PhD geniuses running virtually nonstop experiments. Matt just got back from 2 weeks of like nonstop experimentation on virtually every ingredient in every formula to maximize their effectiveness. We are going to have some massive breakthroughs brought to the world in the coming months. Some of them are going to require patents, but you're going to get access to this right now, of this uniquely and powerful product. Of course, make sure you have plenty of time to give a product a fair shot. Look, most people start to see very positive initial kind of euphoric effects early on, but where the cognitive enhancement and capability comes in, the adaptogen to stress, the ability to learn new skills without difficulty, this is where you really start to see this compound over time as you start using this amount of mushrooms in your life to get, you know, a real benefit. And of course, in the highly unlikely event that you don't feel different on Collagenius, no problem. We demand, in fact, we won't keep a penny of your money. Just send it back. Whatever's left, you're in open jars. We'll give you a full refund. You know, that's our commitment to you. We got a great staff that are happy to standing by to answer your questions, deal with all your concerns, and of course, make everything best because we appreciate you just giving it a try. We're confident you'll like it. So if there's anything that you need to know, just contact us, what we could do better, how we can make your experience better, how to use and leverage all of the nuances of our products. Just go to newtopia.com/Collagenius. With that, I think we'll turn over to some, maybe we've got a few questions, because at the bottom line, you know, you can listen to this, walk away and say, that sounds cool, jump on it. You might not get the situation, or you might go to the store and settle from some, you know, half-assed mushroom formula that you can't feel and say, I don't know about those guys. It didn't really make a difference. But at the end of the day, when you can increase your BDNF levels, your cognitive experience of the world changes. And we want you to have that full Technicolor experience that really these high potent mushrooms can elicit in your life. It's transformational. For some people, it's essential to avoid very dire consequences, as mental decline is one of the biggest complaints that's happening in the world. So are you going to just not upgrade your brain, or are you going to jump on board? Say, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. Let's see what these guys, let's test us. Say yes to feeling confident. Say yes to being inspired and motivated. Say yes to taking on the world with newfound confidence. And yes, say yes to unstoppable focus. Hey, times are tough. There's a great, crazy world out there. It's really an advantage when you know that you're smart enough to solve any problem and that you've got the support to do so. The ability to overcome any challenge and to make virtually anything happen that you want to make happen. That sounds like a big promise, but when you have your brain operating as a symphony of the qualities and quantities operating in perfect harmony, you will discover the reason why for thousands of years, Chinese herbalists have trusted these mushrooms to enhance the who's who of empires for thousands of years, and it can certainly advocate in your life because we've integrated technology with ancient wisdom in a uniquely easy to drink formula that you're going to love and want to share with your friends and your loved ones. So just go to newtopia.com/Collagenius, pick the package that's right for you, save 10%, 22, 19, 37, 26, 42. What's all that mean? It means just pick that's what's right for you. Jump on the subscription. That will guarantee your supply. We expect to sell out. That's the reality. We know what the demand is. Everybody that's tried it just continues to ask for more. As we roll this out to our partners, you're getting first shot for being here tonight, and take advantage of it. Jump on that. There's no risk, but there is a risk that you'll miss out on, your best self. So it's time for you to become a superhuman version of yourself. Of course, we've been doing this since 2004. Actually, we've been doing this before that, but we formalized the company, Matt and I, in 2004. And Mr. Newts, was the solution to a problem that we weren't able to solve for years. And that is, how do we consistently enhance cognitive performance without unhealthy drugs or chemicals that do damage to your body? And thank you, Mr. Newts, for joining our team and bringing your genius to life for all our customers. They love it, and it's our honor to do so. It's your chance to join us, to become Bioptimized, to have the brain function that you could only dream of before, and to continue this for many years to come. Go to newtopia.com/Collagenius. Take advantage of your offer today. Now, I think we're going to open this up to some questions. Great time to leverage Mr. Newts' brain, and he's been an extraordinary individual. He's very humble, but he's truly one of the remarkable people in the world that has added so much to so many people, and we're delighted to have him here. So any comments or things that you want to share, Mark, or we can load up some questions here. Maybe Evio will tell us what's up, what's happening. There's a chat going here, a Q&A, so we'll try and get to all of them in the appropriate time. And of course, if we don't get to it, go to support@newtopia.com. We'll answer every email. We'll make sure that we get that question answered. So let's kick it off. What do we got going on for questions?
All right. So the chat is going pretty well right now. So our first question is, how does this product react with the World Domination Pack?
Oh, that's a great question. So it's actually a great complement to it. What we found, and this is something that Matt and I have been talking about since the inception of this a year ago, is what happens if you increase or enhance your baseline performance by basically having enough adaptogens in your system that it resets your adrenals and helps you to be able to handle stress a lot better? And what if you have a full-bodied amino acid matrix that's going to basically get rid of a lot of the inflammatory conditions that we're under, as well as antioxidants? And so we kind of, like, as we were working with this, we built all of those components. So when you take Collagenius, which I do in my coffee in the morning, if I have coffee, or if I do it as a hot chocolate in the morning as well. It sets a new baseline for you, a higher baseline. So all of the Newtopia products, everything we've got on top of that, in this case, in your World Dom, work better. It's a complement to it. It's an amplifier for it. Think of it as basically raising your baseline. So now everything is going to get 10% or 15% or even 20% more effective. So it's really, really complementary to it.
Increasing BDNF with, again, lion's mane is really, you're permanently raising your baseline, and then anything else you add to it from the previous existing stacks just works better. So life's better with higher BDNF. I can vouch for that. Next question.
We do have another question here from Tommy, and that is, what effect does the product have on blood glucose levels, either following consumption or over long-term usage?
Great question. So we impregnated the solution with cocoa butter, with MCT C8 oil. And Matt, what other fats do we have in there?
Well, I think the key point is we didn't use any sugars. So the sweeteners is stevia and monk fruit, right? So
yep.
Anyways, so the point is there's no sugars. It's a relatively low calorie, close to zero sugar formula. So, and it tastes amazing.
And the chocolate part of it started out as the mushrooms. As we started extracting closer and closer from 1 to 1 to 20 to 1 to 50 to 1 to 100 to 1, the notes of chocolate started coming out. And Chastity, my lab assistant partner in crime here, she was the one that started noticing, and she's got an incredible palate. So she kept formulating around. And then Matt suggested, he said, hey, you guys want a super antioxidant and something that actually matches chocolate and can make it better? Let's try these different cacao extracts. And so we added those and kept building on those components. And then cocoa butter made a huge improvement to it, and sunflower lecithin, another one. So yeah, it's very stable, no blood sugar spikes at all. And you'll feel it in your mouth. It's got a fantastic mouthfeel, and the chocolate is natural. Like when I say natural, I mean all natural.
Yeah, we spent years when we were building Protein Breakthrough. We tested cacaos from around the world, and there's 2 cacaos we fell in love with. One's from Peru and the other one's from the Dominican Republic. So we use those along with a really special cocoa powder to create a really smooth formula. So it's awesome. Next one.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much for that. We do have a few more questions from Chris. He's asking if the collagen is an animal product, such as like bone broth.
Yeah, so we used two kinds of bovine collagen, and we use a marine collagen as well, and that fills out the collagen mix. We do have a vegetarian version of this coming out as well. I don't know what the release date is anticipated for that, but we've already formulated it and it works great.
Yeah, I've scarfed down that entire stash at this point, so I've got the inside track on the vegetarian formula. So, so we'll bring that to market eventually. So.
Awesome. All right, so we do have a very interesting question from Paulo. He's asking why the Collagenius wasn't made based on unique genetics and the neurobiochemistry of individual persons or a person's brain. Why was it made general?
Yeah, I'll grab this one. Again, this is not a neurochemistry or neurochemical enhancing formula. When you're looking at neurochemistry, that's when there's a lot more genetic variances and a lot more customization and personalization necessary to give people the right products. With this one, we feel that it's a universal enhancer. So we're really excited to bring this to the masses. And, in terms of bang for the buck, this is phenomenal. Not everybody can afford the $200, $300, $400 products that Newtopia is currently offering. So yeah, bang for the buck. And again, it's to me, it's a universal answer to BDNF.
Awesome. And we do have another question from Adrian. He's asking if this is something that his kids can take.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, it's extremely safe. It's all organic. It's all natural. We worked really hard on this one. This was not an easy task to find the right mushroom growers, the right extraction technology, the right combination of ingredients, making sure we vetted all the suppliers at a deep level. We always do that. It's a Bioptimizers promise, and same with Newtopia. But to find the mushroom world is full of people that are making very low quality product or even non-mushroom products and selling it as mushrooms. So that was something we went through. Over 100 products and manufacturers were vetted to find the exact ones that we felt fit the task. So yeah, it's great stuff. And kids are malleable, right? They've got plastic brains. In terms of plasticity, neuroplasticity is the term used. And one of the great benefits of having something like this is that it improves the kind of direction of the neuroplasticity. So I'm a classic example of somebody that was born and raised with OCD that became ADHD. And this is the kind of thing that can help the brain to really flow into an optimum state. So great stuff. Great question.
Awesome. We do need to thank Adrian for that awesome question. And we do have a recurrent question here, which is how should the Collagenius be taken with the nootropics? Should it be taken in the morning before you take your nootropics, or after you finish your usual nootropics taxes, then you will take the Collagenius after, or is it something that can be folded in with your regular nootropics day by day?
Absolutely. It can be taken anytime, day or night. One of the cool things, we were at Wade's recently for his 50th birthday party. Hey, old man, big shout out to Wade. And a handful of us were in his kitchen as he did the equivalent of a Japanese tea ceremony late at night. And we're drinking Collagenius, slept like a baby, woke up absolutely stunningly clear. So really good for that as well. So, and
yeah, go ahead.
Think of it as a baseline. So neurogenesis and the action of neurogenesis, one of the things you want to ensure that you do is as you're basically accelerating BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, you want to exercise your brain. You want to think about stuff. You want to have objectives in mind. You want to read. You want to study. You want to explore. You want to problem solve. All of that is going to start really taking advantage of these new blooms of neurons that you're creating in your brain and starting to build neural pathways to success in your brain. So real critical factor there. But yeah, anytime. And then any of the nootropics from Newtopia can be added on top of it to give you very specific neurochemical outcomes, right? If it's focus savagery, you know that you're going to get a real focused and intense, dialed in kind of state. If you go with brain flow, you're going to get a more chill, cool, kind of semi-happy state. Or you go Xamarin Juice, you're going to totally kick back and it's going to be, you're going to feel great and nothing's going to kill you. Nothing's going to hurt you, right? That's one thing about Xamarin I love. So.
And of course, the rule of thumb around making sure you've got about, ideally you take your nootropics an hour before or after, because again, there is protein in here. Wade, do you want to share Katrine? Katrine's a very good friend of ours. She's a brilliant health researcher, and she's had some phenomenal results that's showing up in her aura readiness score. So maybe share that, because I see some questions coming in around sleep.
Yeah. So we're not entirely sure of what the mechanism is, but people who are tracking HRV are seeing scores of in the low double digits improvements. So, and when she went off it in the testing, and Katrine does a lot of genetic individual variants and solves very complex problems relative to high performers who we leverage through her and we test a lot of stuff. And she said she hasn't found anything that's been able to jack up HRV so much, improve it, in magnitude of over 10 points. And so if you are an HRV tracker, you'll definitely want to monitor using this at different times during the day. Personally, I like to take it both. I double dose it now. I take it in the evening and I take it post-workout with, and both times I like to make it one in a chocolate shake and one as a protein shake. So, or like a hot chocolate drink. So I like both of those in the evening and in the mornings with my stacks. And you'll find your individual rhythm for yourself and which nootropics kind of go well with it. But I think if you're tracking HRV, it's remarkable. And that's the adaptogenic effect of the herbs. And that's the beauty of combining all of these formulas synergistically along with the delivery agents and something that tastes good, it's easy to incorporate. So when you look at dollar value of what you're getting in one of these containers, it's like taking hundreds of dollars worth of a variety of supplements, but far more impactful because they're working synergistically together. And I think you're going to love it. And we haven't had anybody that doesn't love it. That's a really remarkable piece.
So we have a lot of high-end clients and celebrity clients. And before we ever released this, which actually today is the release, before we did that, we would send samples and the samples would be pretty big bottles of this stuff. We'd send samples and just as a thank you or here's something we're trying. And we have plenty of beta testers as well. We kept getting demands from these people. These people are demanding anyhow. We kept getting demands from these people going, dude, I'm running out. I'm starting to freak out. I'm running out. I'm getting low. And it's that good in terms of how it makes you feel and the performance increase. And it just tastes great too. It's incredible. So yeah.
See, Mark Gonzalez asking, how are you measuring BDNF? Well, you'd have to do some pretty invasive surgery to measure it in the brain. I mean, if you just read the research on lion's mane, it's readily available and well proven. But in terms of subjective experience, you'll find that you're going to be able to change habits and change thought patterns that weren't possible before. So Wade and I have been doing some hardcore brain training, usually once or twice a year for the last 6 years. And when we started hyperdosing lion's mane during the trainings, we got way better results than before. It's become a foundational strategy. So we're really excited to have this as a regular occurrence. And I've gone on and off lion's mane since I discovered them, and I always notice the difference when I get on. It's one of the most powerful things I've ever found and tried. But just as a quick comment on why we called it the molecule of transformation, since I've been using it, I've just noticed, I was talking to my coach today, my weight loss coach, and I just told her that I've been able to change some bad habits around food that just seemed to be hardwired for years and years. And I didn't even try. It's just been a natural change. So it's really powerful for increasing the ability to change habits, to get rid of bad habits or build new ones.
Awesome. I do see another question here. Adrian is asking how long it would take a typical person to go through one jar of the Collagenius.
That's such a great question. 30 days, and you'll call us at 20 and go with, you're kind of jonesing for the next one. So, but it is 30 days.
Or your partner will start swiping it on you, which is what's happened, or your friends that come visit have gone through all that stuff. It's something that you definitely want to share. It's really nice as a sharing situation because you feel good on it. Like there's a general sense of well-being and connection that you get on it. But when you start sharing it, people start feeling it and they want more of it. So they'll break into your stash. That's probably going to happen to all of you. So expect it, plan for it. And I'm not just saying that, that is the experience that almost all of us have experienced with our friends and family.
Nathan Markham says, yeah, I shared it with my wife. Now I'm out. By the way, Nathan, good to hear you, man. It's been a long time. Thanks for coming over to the light side.
Nathan's asking a question, Mark. I'll cue you up here. Any thoughts on combining Collagenius with psilocybin in microdosing?
I'm a huge fan of that. I can't participate in that at the moment, but I think it's incredible when you combine those elements together. When you think about how psilocybin reacts in the brain and what it does in terms of helping you rewrite new neural pathways, and then you look at the BDNF available from this product, the two are an incredible combination. So, and then you get the other benefits. Yeah.
Well, Paul Stamets, who's considered by many to be one of the kings of mushrooms, is a big proponent of that combination. So.
I said, do you see another question here asking where the mushrooms are sourced from?
Well, one of the things that we're really clear about is making sure that we don't reveal who our partners are. We have gone through, as Mark indicated, over 100 different suppliers, which have been vetted by third-party testing to ensure product quality as well as efficacy. And we have the good fortune of being connected to some of the most well-versed mushroom experts inside of the world. We've interviewed many on my podcast, the Awesome Health Podcast. So quality is out there, but also where we're sourcing and how we're sourcing them is important. And just to run a couple pieces of information that I think is not present. A lot of people talk about product quality, but what do you want to do? You want to remove, make sure that there's no heavy chemical agents, but also filler. A lot of the companies out there are filling their mushroom products with filler, and they're calling that as part of the formulation. And it's something that the general public doesn't understand. If you want to find out more about that, you can listen to some of the mushroom conversations that we have on the Awesome Health Podcast. But, it's best in class, first in class. And in this case, it's the most unique formula in that class. And the product quality does go through third-party testing, but we do not reveal our suppliers or our sources out of protection, because you can't patent these things in the natural health field. And so that you need a little bit of protection in order so that people won't go and try and replicate this.
And keep in mind that our extraction methodologies are very specific. We use a sonic extraction and we use a dual extraction following that under vacuum with nitrogen. And as a result, the product that you get is not just hyper concentrated, but it's hyper clean. If there was any contaminants at the start, which there isn't, it would have been radically removed through the microporous membranes and the other extraction technologies we use at the end.
Steven's asking a really smart question, which are you using the fruiting bodies, mycelium, or both? And we just had a great conversation about that yesterday, right, Mark? Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah. So we are currently using the fruiting bodies. We had an incredible conversation with some of our partners talking about how there's some things that can be done in a liquid matrix to make the mycelium a contributor also. But at the current time, we find that the fruiting bodies have the multiples of molecules that we extract and refine to make that super concentration. And so that's currently what we're doing. Now that may change over time as we get better and better or different technologies that optimize the mycelium. So, but at the time right now, the companies we've seen doing that are literally shipping 50% sawdust, if not more. And we're not cool with that.
Okay, so I do see another question here. David, looking to the future, wanting to know if there's any new exciting formulas that will be coming soon.
There's always a lot of exciting new formulas. So yeah, we can announce here tonight that our next major product launch for Bioptimizers is going to be a sleep system. We've been working on this. Well, I was working on it for years prior to meeting Mark, and then Mark and I have been, I think we're at version, I don't even know the number. It's countless versions of, it's a whole sleep system. It's a spray, it's a powder, and we're aiming for September. We are also going to be relaunching the next version of Masszymes 4.0. We've blown away 3.0 in the lab, so we're really excited. We've done over 400 laboratory experiments on enzymes and 400 laboratory experiments on probiotics. So as Wade said earlier, we're constantly evolving our products, and we're doing that using our lab team. We have 15 brilliant biologists and chemists and scientists in the lab. So we will be relaunching all of our enzyme formulas over the next months, and also the probiotic blends as well. So we're really excited about that. And then we just started testing on the ultimate fat stack. Let's just call it that for now. It's going to be a revolutionary product to take all your fat soluble vitamins and a lot more. We're incredibly excited. It's going to be another, it's going to, like right now, the one product I'm using that's not, or the set of products I'm using that's not Bioptimizers is a lot of fat soluble vitamins and healthy fats. And it's going to replace all of those. So it's going to be another best in class, first in class product. We're really excited.
And so many more things that we are not allowed to talk about, but they're awesome.
A beautiful surprise in the making. Right, so I do have another question here. One I'm very interested in as well. Micheline wants to know why we can't just eat the Collagenius as a powder if we really and truly have to mix it.
No problem at all. You can actually take it by the spoonful. We actually have a version of this that one of our clients just sent on the East Coast, just sent pictures of him eating it right out of the tub. So yeah, it's good. And it's actually good like that. It is a powder, right? So it is going to absorb a lot of the liquids in your mouth, but still delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Awesome. So I know how I will be taking my Collagenius from now on, no water required. So I do have another question for you guys. That is, will heat affect the product, or is it a case where I can just put it in my morning bowl of porridge, or is that a no?
No, that's awesome. In fact, Matt and I both have it in our coffee in the morning. It's been a real blessing. I'm a huge mocha fan, but I don't want the 550 calories I would get from a Starbucks venti. So this is a great cure. And I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I've got a tab here, I should know, right? But I believe it's 55 calories for a serving. Is that right?
Yeah, I stack mine. I mix hot chocolates. I use the protein breakthrough, and I make this really delicious hot chocolate drink that we love, and so do the kids that come by. So I call it the smartest hot chocolate in the world.
Stephen is asking, what does it taste like? It tastes like smooth, silky chocolate. You know, a beautiful, smooth, silky chocolate drink. And of course, if you mix it with coffee, it becomes an epic mocha drink. So the name of the flavor is called Chocolicious, which I think is very accurate.
And I have to emphasize that the chocolate was an accidental discovery that Chastity found where I was making highly dense nootropic capsules, mushroom capsules, and she was having to pour things into containers, pour these mushroom extracts from all these different companies and suppliers into these containers for me and mark them and do all the background checks and all that stuff. And as she's doing that, she's noticing these really rich chocolate notes coming out as our extractions got deeper and deeper and deeper. And as a result of that, and being a chef, she was able to put together this incredible mix. You don't need and Matt will testify to this. We didn't need the cacao. We did the cacao for originally because it does add a wonderful notes to the chocolate. And Matt is a master also as a chocolatier, but it tasted great all on its own. The chocolate stuff that we added, the cacao that we added, and the cocoa butter, those were added for additional mouthfeel, the antioxidant benefits, and some of the other benefits, and the way that it also accelerates collagen's induction into the body. So, yeah, just
it tastes more chocolate. If you I like mixing it. If I don't want a coffee, I'll mix it with my favorite nut milk, which these days is Milkademia, and just tastes absolutely amazing. So, you got options.
And I do see Mark here asking a question, if there are any flow agents used in the production for nootropics.
Nada. And I mean nada. So, and that was hard because it can get cakey as you're starting to build these things up, but we did the way that the mushrooms work together with some of the other compounds and the collagen, it all flows just perfectly. And, we are the people that we send our product to put it into bottles, and those things worked really well with us to be able to make sure that all of those factors aren't ones that will slow down the line and won't gunk up the machines. But zero flow agents in this product, zero.
And yes, Sandra is ready to purchase Abeo. Drop the link. It's here. It's on sale. It's a 10-day launch promotion, so make sure you take advantage of it. The price will be going up after the 10 days is over. So
I do have another question for you guys. With the increase in mental health awareness going on due to COVID, will this product in any way affect medications such as Adderall for ADHD or antidepressants?
So I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on the internet, but with that in mind, it's incredibly helpful. It's not a drug. It's the way that mushrooms work with the body is very harmonious, and you'll find, or you probably will find, that it works to basically remove layers of things that both create or exacerbate ADHD and mood issues. Meaning that when you start getting rid of inflammation or reducing inflammation, when you start reducing oxidative stress on the body, and then you give your brain a chance to really finally get the relief it needs, that it can start creating brand new blooms of neurons. An amazing thing happens is that whatever meds you're on, oftentimes work even better. So it can be considered raising your baseline performance level so the meds work better. One of our initial goals with Nootopia was to get people off of addictive drugs or get them off of drugs that were problematic for them. And not to say that we directly replace drugs. We're not a drug. We're natural products. But your body seems to work really well when it's not fighting all of these other stressors, these outside stressors. And it gives you a much cleaner environment for whatever med you happen to be on to work. Or maybe in some cases, even to be able to cut down enough on those meds that the side effects that are often experienced are reduced or eliminated.
So ask your doctor if you're on meds and to kind of work with them to say, hey, I want to run a little experiment and see what's going on and start tracking your progress. We always suggest anytime they're in those situations, always ask your doctor and try to find someone who is proactive in using elements such as adaptogenic herbs, mushrooms, etc., in order to support you in your journey to better cognitive health and well-being.
Well said, Wade. Well said.
Awesome. Right, so I do see another question here, which I'm sure everybody else wants to know. Can I give this product to my pets?
To your pets? Is that the question?
Yes, to my pets. I'm a huge pet owner.
Chocolate.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't give it to your dog because of the chocolate, the cacao. So, but cats should be fine. I just got 2 new kittens. I can try it with my cats. They might get smarter.
You might have the smartest cat in the room, but yeah, be careful. They might get into your stash afterwards. So
I'm just imagining the management calls on Zoom in the future. The cat rolling around on the chair as he turns around and does a Dr. Evil with his pinky. Do cats have pinkies?
And just as a quick side note, we are planning at some point in the future to create a pet line. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right, so I do see Mark here with another question. He'd like to know if this will elevate dopamine or oxytocin, and serotonin.
So dopamine and serotonin, most definitely you're going to have the ability to, I mean, if you take a look at the research, you can go to NCBI or examine.com and see the research on those 4 mushroom extracts that we use. And you'll see that I don't know about oxytocin. It's funny that you say that because I haven't checked that out in depth. But there's definitely an opportunity for dopamine and serotonin to be enhanced, or at least to be modulated at a higher level, partly because of the reduced inflammatory condition, and partly because it's kind of precursor. You've got a cleaner base to work from.
awesome. Well, I think we're coming up to the top of the hour. So it really comes down to that crossroad decision. Whether you're going to jump in, take advantage of this, test it out, take it for a test drive, full 30 days, give rock and roll this product. I think you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. If we can drop that link into the chat, rush over there, lock in the savings now. This 10-day promotion will probably the best promotion that we ever have. That is Newtopia.com/Collagenius-test. It is in the links in the chat. Jump in there, pick it up, and give us your feedback. And of course, if you haven't already, join us on the Bio Tribe. We're doing regular monthly integrations where we can ask all your questions, take your feedback, and find out the things that you're looking to solve so we can build better products for you. Of course, our support team at Newtopia is ready at your beck and call to forward any questions or challenges you might have. Or, of course, we love to hear your positive feedback. That's our favorite part. We share that with our entire team. So our entire company is connected to your results, your health, your benefits. It's the thing that we love the most. And Matt and I fell in love many years ago when we were personal trainers of improving the quality of lives. And we set apart this mission to improve the quality of lives for millions of people. And cognitive health is one of those big things. Managing stress is one of those big things. And Newtopia's Collagenius product is probably the best value entry product into cognitive enhancement that there is. It tastes great, it feels great, and it will unlock the greatness within you. And that is our mission, our goal. And we want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. We hope that this was informative, and we hope that you take advantage of this offer so that you can give us the feedback and, most importantly, experience the benefit with yourself, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. In today's stressful world, I think it is the answer to meet the demands of the day with calm, smooth awareness. And we want to thank you for joining us on the seminar. Take advantage. Of course, the link is in there. Again, newtopia.com/Collagenius-tests. Click on the link, take your savings, and we'll see you on the next webinar or on the next BioTribe. Thank you so much for joining. And I want to thank my guests, Matt and Mr. Newts, for, as always, enlightening us with your creativity as well as your compassionate move as we move humanity to a better, more optimized life. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Take care.